We now determine this sum, that is summation Tni equals 3 to 7. And using this expression for the Tn, that is the sequence Tn is given as 2n minus 1 where n is greater than or equal to 1. So first I'm going to substitute the expression for Tn, that is 2n minus 1, and I goes from 3 to 7. So now I have to plug in I equal to 3 into this expression. Look at this is independent of I. So there is no point we could plug in I into this sequence or into this expression. But we just write this once. So we write this 2n minus 1. This is for I equal to 3. And similarly, when I becomes 4, we write down this expression one more time. So this is I equal to 4. And likewise, we have to write down 3 more times. That is for, we write down this 2n minus 1 when I equals 5, and 2n minus 1 when I equals 6. And finally, when I becomes 7, we write down this expression one more time. That is 2n minus 1, and this is for I equals 7. So we just have to add this expression. We have like terms 2n, and this is getting added like 5 times because this is 1, 2n, 2, 2n. This is 3 times of 2n, and this is 4 times of 2n, and this is 5 times of 2n. So we can write down this as since we are adding it 5 times, it's basically 5 times of 2n, and we also have this negative 1 which is getting added 5 times. So we can put this negative 1 times of 5, which is negative 5. Now let's simplify this. 5 times of 2n is 10n minus 5. So it's basically 10n minus 5, or even if we factor 5 from this expression, we get this is 2n minus 1. So it's basically this is the sum of the given expression when I goes from 3 to 7. Let's rewrite this sequence in another form such that the lower index is 0. So first, I'm going to utilize this sequence, or I expand this sequence. I try to clearly write down this sequence in terms of numbers. First, I'm going to plug in n equal to 1. So when I plug in, it becomes t1. That is, the first term is 2 times of 1 minus 1, and this equals 2 minus 1 is 1. Now let me plug in n equal to 2. So it is t2. That is, the second term of this sequence is 2 times of 2 minus 1, and this equals 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. And likewise, I plug in n equal to 3. So I get 2 times of 3 minus 1, and this equals 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. So basically, the sequence is 1, 3, 5, and then it just continues. So it is a sequence of odd numbers. However, it is written in the form as 2n minus 1, n greater than or equal to 1. But now we are going to rewrite this same sequence, that is 1, 3, 5. But then we have to consider this lower index has to be 0. So I'm going to rewrite this 1 as 2 times of 0 plus 1. And I'm going to rewrite this 3 as 2 times of 2 plus 1. And also this 5 can be rewritten as 2 times of 3. I'm sorry. This has to be 1. It is not 2, because 2 times of 1 plus 1 is only 3. And so this has to be 2 times of 2. It is 4 plus 1. So clearly we see a pattern over here. That is, these numbers are getting increased starting from the index 0. So this is 0, and then the next index is 1, and then the next index is 2. Which means we can rewrite this sequence as 2n plus 1. And here, that is, this is the sequence or a new formula. Tn equals 2n plus 1. And here n greater than or equal to 0. So we have written this formula or the sequence for the same sequence in a different way such that the lower index is 0.